the end of summer before I finally summoned up enough courage to ask my dad if I could stay with him for the school year, instead of going back to California to be with my mom like always. I had a reason for staying. A good reason. Thomas S. Monson once said, quote, "When we treat others as they are, they will stay as they are. But when we treat them as what they could be, they'll become what they should be," end quote. When the world views someone as broken, they will never succeed. But when viewed as more than just junk, viewed as what they could be and pushed to be great, then what the world says is impossible can be achieved. The Junkyard Wonders, an autobiographical story by Patricia Polacco. I had a reason for staying, a good reason. Back home in California, all the kids knew that I just learned how to read. But I used to be dumb. They all knew that I was always in special classes. But here, no one would know. No one would tease me. And I already had a new friend. Kay! Here in Mrs. Peterson's class, room 203. Hi, I'm Gibby. You can sit here next to me. Everyone seems different. The definition of genius. Genius is neither learned nor acquired. It is knowing without experience, perception without touch. It is creativity without constraints. It is extraordinary genius. Welcome to the Junkyard. I am your teacher, Mrs. Peterson. I want you all to write this definition on the blackboard. Post it on your mirrors. Memorize it. Because this definition defines every one of you. Why is our class called the Junkyard? Well, because we're all different. You know, like stuff in a junkyard. See that super tall kid over there? That's Jody Beach. He's my bodyguard. Hi. When he's around, nobody bothers me. Me, well, I have Tourette's. They call me Sissy Boy because I love ballet. It's my life. I take ballet too. At least I did in California. I knew there was something about you that I liked. Weirdo, retard, jerking fool. Hey, you know, someday you're not gonna have this big freak around to guard you. Daddy? I've been put in a special class again. It's called the Junkyard. Junkyard? What junkyard? It's what everybody calls our class. And when I tried to sit with Kay and her friends at lunch, she said that the Junkyard kids couldn't sit at her table. Sweetheart, you are not a quitter. Stick it out for a month. If it doesn't get better, I promise I'll send you back to your mom. The next day, Mrs. Peterson came into class with a box of small glass bottles. All right, class, today we're going to be determining your tribes. I want you each to take a bottle and tip some of the liquid onto your wrist and smell. Some of you smell like cinnamon, some almonds, some vanilla. Now, see if you can find who has the same scent as you. They'll be part of your tribe for the rest of the year. Vanilla! Looks like you're in my tribe, Vanilla. My bodyguard Jody is too. From then on, whenever there was a project that needed to be done, Mrs. Peterson had the tribes work together. It wasn't long before Jody, Gibby, and I were best friends. We did almost everything together. You know, the Junkyard kids were pretty special to begin with. But Mrs. Peterson taught us how to shine. She even helped us make badges that said Junkyard Wonders, so you can be proud of who you really are. But Mrs. Peterson, we're just junk, throwaways, and everybody knows it. But don't you realize what a junkyard really is? A place for things that nobody wants. That's where you're wrong. A junkyard is a magnificent place. What some see as bent and broken throwaways are magnificent things waiting to be made into something new. All right, class, get your coats. We're going to the junkyard right now. All right, class, form up to your tribes. I want you each to find something that can be made new. Remember, Wonders, here's your chance. Forget what that item was and imagine what it could be. People see things the way they are and they cry, why? But I want you to see what they could be and say, why not? Vanillas! But that's just an old torn up plane, Gibby. No, I see it now. We're gonna rebuild her into something bigger, something better, something that's gonna defy gravity itself. When the day came for the Wonders to reveal their stupendous projects, Gibby ripped the covering off. This baby's gonna defy gravity itself. She's going all the way to the moon. But that's just an old model airplane. If Gibby says she's destined for the moon, then I, for one, believe him. The next thing to do is set a date for launch. We want everybody in school to see it. The school science fair. We can launch it off the roof and then fly it over the field where the fair will be. Now everyone will see it. We'll see about that. But first, this magnificent aircraft needs a name. Fabulous Flyer? Windy Wings. I think she needs to be called the Junkyard Wonder because we made her the junk and we Junkyard Wonders made her. Class, please take your seats. Jody Beach had a disease that made his body grow too fast, faster than it should have. And it just kept growing and growing until his poor little heart just couldn't keep up. He passed away last night in his sleep. Now I know what the plane needs to be called. Maybe it'll go all the way to Detroit. Maybe from the whole world. No, this baby, she's going all the way to the moon. Gibby went on to become an aeronautical engineer for NASA. He helped design the Apollo missions, the lunar modules for those missions. Me, I became your creator of books for children. For us, Mrs. Peterson was the wind beneath our wings. A couple months ago, I was able to meet up with Gibby. We spent our afternoon discussing our time at the junkyard. Mrs. Peterson helped us believe in ourselves. In the middle of lunch, Gibby paused, and a huge grin spread across his face. Patricia, remember that photo my dad took of us right after we launched the Wonder? Patricia, I stowed that photo aboard the lunar module on the Apollo 11 mission. Us Wonders really did make it to the moon after all.